Hey, this video it's just like, it's a ramble. It's very unfiltered. It, if you're looking for cold hard information, I would click off it. But if you just have 20 minutes, you feel like listening to just someone flowing about some ideas, keep watching. Even if what I say doesn't make sense to you at the moment, or maybe I'm wrong, I think you can gain something from it. I'll at least plant some seeds into your perspective on this reality we're living. Have a great day.
Hello there, it's Farhad, and I'm in a reflective mood. I'm gonna try out this microphone as well. I don't know if the audio is gonna be that good or not, but we'll see. I'm in an interesting mood. I just read this article, things I regret doing in my 20s, and man, is thinking about what you regret when you're older a way to refocus your perspective. Should I go to the gym today? Should I not go to the gym today? I'm feeling kind of lazy. I'm gonna wish I went to the gym and spent my youth in good shape when I'm older. And that's just a minor thing. Just all the little things like, oh, do I wanna go out tonight? No, I kind of just wanna sleep in. Just chill, sit on my computer. What am I gonna want to do when I'm older? I feel like I used to be decent. Obviously, it's always gonna come and go. But I used to always look at things through the lens of myself on my deathbed, and I feel like I've lost track of that recently. I think that's the best way to be looking at life, at the lenses of your deathbed. Alright, just think about what you're concerned about. Think about making decisions. Think about what really matters. Make shit happen. It's so funny when you think of it like this. All the excuses just dissipate. So I think today I want to talk about perspective. Maybe talk about some of my just life perspectives. Is the right decision. How to always know how to make the right decision. Do you want to know? I have the answer. I love you, man. I love you. That's the answer. Love is always the answer. Try and hear me out and get over the cliche of what I just said. Now, I'm going to define love in my own way, in a very in more of a spiritual way. So, I'm going to define love as expansive energy. Right? So what on a very physical, grounded in this earth, 5 human senses, 3D world of matter, what is expansive energy? Sex. How else do you literally add mass to the world? Right? You can create by with wood or stone or whatever, but you're not actually creating. I mean, you are creating as such, but you're not adding weight, adding mass, adding matter to the world. What's the first way? Sex. Or, watering a plant. That's love. Nurturing a plant, growing life. Life is love. The universe is love. God is love. The infinite source, the infinite expanding universe. It's just love. It's all one energy. It's the one energy. It's the one forward energy. It's just expansive energy. Right? There's a chart. I'll put it on the screen now. There's a book called Power versus Force, in which this guy, Dr. David R. Hawkins, has mapped out consciousness. And so I'm going to actually just take a look here. Shame, guilt, fear, apathy. These are unexpansive. Right? So love is the Tao in the Tao Te Ching. It's the universe. It's God. It's this one. It's consciousness. It's the infinite source consciousness we all arise from. That is love. And it's just flowing through you. In the physical way, it's through sex. It's through the growing of life. Right? The old adage, if you truly love a flower, you what? No. Fuck. No love. Fuck that. Something along the lines of, if you truly love a flower, you'll water it and nurture it. When if you just want it for yourself, you'll pick it off the ground. Expansive, unexpansive. I want you to think of this idea of expansive energy, right? So power versus force, right? So if you think of the behaviors behind shame, guilt, fear, it's very unexpansive, right? When you're scared to do things, it's when you don't do things. It's when you don't push your comfort zone. Apathy, again, it's if you're not moving forward, if you're not progressing, you're regressing, right? Apathy is just downwards. It's all very unexpansive. Now let's look at the higher ones. Courage, willingness, love. Those are all expansive, higher levels of consciousness, right? Follow your heart. What does that really mean? Is it a metaphor or is it literal? I think it's both. In a physical way, your heart is actually made of 60% neurons. Your heart sends more signals to the brain than your brain does to your heart. Your heart has 10 to 15 times more electromagnetic power than your brain. You can live without a brain. You can't live without a heart. The heart is the center. It's the fourth chakra. What is it when you love someone? When you truly love someone, it's literally when you care so much about their expansion that you would die for them, right? even if you wouldn't, you can at least humor the idea. You would at least humor the idea. The universe is constantly expanding, right? It's just this ball of expanding energy, pretty much. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the universe, think of it in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Higher frequency, higher vibration. If you look at colors as they are mapped on this chart actually, and in the chakras, red is a slow vibrating wave, but when it gets up to the higher chakras, I think it's violet or purple, something like that. I should probably know that. So zzz, high frequency, high vibration. Everything is vibrating. The earth vibrates. Everything is vibrating. At what frequency? Right? To give some context to the title, Power versus Force. What is force? Force is, it's unexpansive, right? It's when you're forcing someone to do things. If in leadership, a low level of leadership is to force someone. It's because you have positional power over them. So to force someone to do something because you can, because you're stronger than them. What is power? What is true power? Power is expansive. Who's got more power? Who's got more power? Someone walking around intimidating people into doing things, or someone who goes around loving as much as possible. And I'm speaking in very broad, cliche, airy fairy terms. I'm just in that space right now, and I just want to speak the truth. I'm not in the mood to convince, which is pretty silly, I guess, for the video, because doesn't make me a great communicator. Alright, so imagine the power of someone who went around and every person he bumps into, every person he walks into, talks to, looks at, he helps them in some way. He offers them positive emotions. He gives them money. He gave them time. He gave them advice. He just helps everyone. His whole life, all he ever did was expand energy to every person as much as possible. What kind of power would that person have to make things happen? If someone did the same thing, but, I don't know, made everyone scared of them, how I'm gonna make a video about this, but if you take Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but there's almost the chakra system is almost a spiritual ancient, more mathematic, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So if you take each one, food, survival, loving yourself, right? Wake up in the morning. When is best to wake up in the morning? What way? What's the most expansive, loving way to wake up in the morning? Well, it would be to wake up with the sun, because that is loving. Because if you were to treat your body best, that is how it matches your circadian rhythms, and so your body produces the correct performing hormones, which just leads to better health, and better health leads to more life, which is expansive. What should I eat? You should love yourself, right? You should eat food that's good for you, high vibration foods, good foods for you, foods that are good for your health. Again, expansive. What should I do today? You should do something expansive. You should be impacting people's lives for the better. I'm gonna make a video. I'm working on this video now of decoding a Kanye West interview. And I'm gonna talk about how I'm just complaining. No, I'm just complaining. This is entirely on me. For me, I was going to complain that if you could only see what I see in my head, it would make so much sense. But that's not loving, is it? How am I expanding that to you? I should learn to communicate that. To communicate what I see in my head. That's the most loving. That's the most expansive way. It's always, what's the most expansive thought? Right? If you deal with anxiety, social anxiety, for example, it's because you're too inwards, self-focused. That's unexpansive. If you just put your focus on other people and making them feel good, and just opening your heart and sharing, I guarantee if just the thought of doing that, think about simulating your mind at a social situation you feel awkward, and just don't judge yourself, don't negatively judge yourself, because that's not loving to yourself. You just open your heart and share what's on your mind. That's the most loving thing to do. It's almost, if you're with social anxiety, Just to hold yourself back from others is unexpansive. So even though you don't mean to be, you're being very unloving. Whenever I feel awkward, that helps me. That's just an example of applying this idea of love, expansive energy, right? I guarantee you, any question, if you boil it down to this idea of love and expansive energy, you'll always find the right answer. It might not seem like the right answer in the short term, but it's always going to be the best long-term answer. Even if you didn't understand all of this, I hope maybe you understood some, and I hope I got you thinking on this idea of expansion, of expansive energy, because it's always the answer.